Welcome back to Ireland AM. Now he is a footballing legend who's now taking on a jungle, but not in the way that we normally think of the jungle. Not like a celeb.
Right. Just the 8 All-Ireland titles, former Dublin footballer. And you've come dressed as a Dublin flag this morning as well. Michael Darragh Macauley, good morning to you.
Always on brand. Always on brand.
Staying loyal, even despite, you maybe can't see it quite as well on the telly, but despite the loss yesterday, you're sticking with the boys.
Yeah, a bit like you and Monaghan. So we straight in there.
Touche.
I was at the game. I was with a few lads at it yesterday. So yeah, thought we were over the line at some stage, but there was some heart in that Westmeath team.
There was.
So the better team won. Unfortunately.
What do you make of the new rules? Like as a spectator?
Look, it's wild. It is wild. Like the fact that teams can come back from anywhere. We thought the game was home and hosed. They came back. Same in the Monaghan game yesterday. So it definitely puts a bit more excitement into it. It's.
Would it have suited your game?
Well, I couldn't kick a 2-pointer if you gave me 100 shots at it, and I wouldn't even try it. So that point of it, no. But they would have kicked a few out to midfield, and I would have liked that part of it. So
because there's just seems to be so much more freedom. But the lads are so fit nowadays. It's unbelievable. Like the distance they're covering is phenomenal.
I think that's a bit of it. I think with that is coming a bit of injuries as well. I think there's lads like Dublin had so many injuries yesterday. Not to make excuses, I'm making excuses. But we had a huge injury profile yesterday. So game on game. So that's what happens. Yeah.
How do you find watching it?
Good. No, I'm proper in fan.
Proper fan zone now.
I still think I'd be the best player on the pitch every single time.
Good.
I still have that mentality. Even though.
Put me in, coach.
Put me in.
Come on, Charlie. Let me go in.
But no, I'm back. I was buzzing all week. I know Dublin football's been in a mixed state for the last while, but I was buzzing to try and win a Leinster title again. But no, it wasn't to be. So yeah.
Listen, you're amazing since stepping away from the game. You've got involved in so many different things between, coaching, doing a bit of telly work. You're doing some incredible community work as well, particularly around kind of addiction services and social impact. Why have you decided to go down that route to try and put a bit of a stamp on it?
Look, I suppose I've been involved in lucky enough to get involved in loads of different projects over the years. Most recently, I've taken on a role with Frontline Make Change, which is a community-based addiction non-profit. They're a really interesting organisation. Kind of 3 main pillars. They have an addiction support in Dublin 8, 12, and 1. Where they work with people in recovery at all stages and helping them with recovery plans, men's and women's groups. And then they have a whole childcare section where they help anyone with addiction in the family, help them with support that particularly allows women access recovery treatment. And then there's a third section where they have a whole different section around bikes and bike mechanics, and they work with people in the criminal justice system. And people going through addiction and recovery, and help them, train them up as bike mechanics, upcycle bikes, and kind of sell them in the shop in Inchicore as well. So it was a real interesting organisation. I've always had an interest in organisations that have a bit of moral ambition in terms of doing something.
You've always, for as long as I've known you, even when you're winning All Irelands and everything, you were involved in so many community groups, and you're very passionate about the role that sport can play in disadvantaged communities, in helping younger people. I remember you going out there training a pile of kids back in the day and doing all that kind of stuff. There's this civic-minded sensibility to you. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I've been asked that question before. I think my dad was the local GP in Rathfarnham, and he did so much good for so many people around there. I can't walk down the road in Rathfarnham without somebody stopping me, telling me about this story of how my dad fucking saved their life or did something. It's mad. So I never had the medicine brain on me or the attention span to get those points. So it was, I never try and preach at anyone, but it was just an area that I was always interested in terms of trying to make a difference. Through sports, we've been privileged enough to get so many positions in life, but with that comes a bit of responsibility. And I think it's important to use that. And I've tried to kind of carry the flag in the right way.
I mean, listen, it's so important to give back as well, because I think GAA had that special community as well, and seeing somebody like yourself doing that is so important. I mean, you're also involved in the Irish Lung Fibrosis Association. I mean, this is something that's quite close to your heart. Obviously, your sister Margaret as well, who went through a transplant.
Yeah. Look, I've spoken about it before. Like it's amazing. Like Margaret is over in Disneyland with the kids there not so long ago. Like, and Margaret wasn't so well this time 18 months ago. So yeah. Look, they're doing fantastic work, and it's great to be able to support them. I'm teaching them yoga at the moment online.
Right.
Yeah. So
Are you any good?
So tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. Yeah. So it's
So after years of playing, how's your flexibility then? Like,
or is this a test? Is it?
No, he put that down. I was like,
you
are
touch
you
your
about to start
toes, so that you're going to put me to the test.
I'm hanging in there. I've always been interested in that side of things. So yeah. So it's good. Yeah.
Online class tomorrow morning.
Useless at it.
I'm going to bring you to Pilates class. Will we do the Reformer
let's do it.
Pilates?
Definitely.
I think he'd be amazing at it. I think it's going to be so good. Come here. From all the work that you do, you also get to do some really, really good crack things. And you're going with Ciara McGeehan, the amazing Ciara McGeehan, to a jungle. We're going to see you on telly this week.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know how I get myself in these situations. But this was a fun one. Like when this phone call came through, I was like, I'll have a bit of that. So yeah, I was asked to go as part of the Unchartered series to Costa Rica, into a jungle for we were over there for 10 days, filming for 7, doing all sorts of mad stuff. So we started on a Monday morning by jumping out of a plane at 15,000 feet. And then kicked on from there. So it was wild. And then I was supposed to be asked to go with Ciara as well. Someone I'd never met. I'd seen the interviews. I'd seen her winning European goals and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, she's a legend. So my girlfriend / fiance was so jealous of me going away with her. She's a big Ciara McGeehan fan.
Yeah.
And so she's, but yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Is it as tough? Like, was it difficult?
Yeah, part of me was thinking, like, are we staying in hotels at night here? Like, just like, let's put on
The
whatever for
cameras are
camera.
off.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, it was hardcore. Like, in fairness, like Ray Goggins, like, did his hamstring when he was with him, like, and I was like, just put him in the car and we'll get him up to the mountain here. I'll say nothing to no one. But no, Ray was a machine. Ray was like, no, and he just marched up the mountain. Like, we were going for fucking hours, like, with a
torn hamstring.
Dodgy hamstring, and
you wouldn't carry him, no.
Wouldn't. No.
I mean, never leave anyone behind. That was the Dublin mantra, wasn't it?
Now at the end of it, he was like, I remember he was speaking to the director, and he was talking to Jamie. He's like, we're not bringing 2 athletes again. Give me those fucking pop stars any day. He's like, these lads are too fit.
I have heard that about you, that you and Ciara. Now, Ciara, we know, was going through her own health issues, but in this, and she's such a legend. She's amazing. Yeah. So the two of you, from what I've heard, Ray Goggins was like, no, they're pushing me way. They're properly pushing me way too hard, because you have this mentality of, well, we're not going to stop.
There was a bit of athlete mentality going on, and yeah, look, Ciara's been in the wars of late, but like, Jesus Christ, she was a machine. Like, she was a machine. She could have carried me and Ray on her back. Ray wants to stick to the pop stars in future.
There was a story about a crocodile. You were out kayaking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we had so on the last day we were going down the Pacawara River and we were kayaking, and it was actually nuts. It was like there was a 40k kilometre to finish into the Atlantic Ocean. It was a real. I was like, I really had a real kind of sense of how do I get myself in these situations. Yeah. Very, very gratitude moment. But anyway, and then there's a local guide who has to be there or whatever. Like, so we're just kayaking along, and he was like, everyone to the right, and he was like, we're like, okay. And he's like, everyone to the left. And I was like, will you make your mind up? Over here. And we went over, and then we just see this, like, I'm not messing, like 10-foot crocodile just on the edge of the embankment. Right. And I was like, oh, I'll go to the left. And then just as the crocodile sees it, it was real murky water. As the crocodile sees us, he just looks at us, and then it just goes underwater, and you just couldn't see it. So it was just like, I was like, we've no idea. It's like, it's somewhere.
That is freaky.
Not going to be putting my hand in the water anyway.
No. And our cameraman fell in. Our cameraman fell into the water. That's a true story. Our cameraman fell in trying to get a chocolate Andy, our cameraman, I'm out and I'm here, and he was reaching around trying to get a sweet, and he fell in, and he was the only one. He had all the camera equipment. He fell in.
Sorry,
yeah,
our cameraman Derek is there going, he did what with the equipment? Are you joking me?
I mean, obviously weren't getting fed, like one bit of chocolate was worth it.
Yeah. So it was, it was wild. Yeah.
What an experience, though. What an experience. And like, obviously you're Ireland's fittest family as well. Like, it's great opportunities to get involved in these shows too.
Yeah. Look, I didn't chase any of this sort of stuff. I kind of just, I don't know how you end up in this, but like I kind of probably fell into it a bit like myself. So yeah, I thought that, look, it's a great little opportunity. I didn't realise how cultish that show is around the country.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's cultish. My sister was like, it's the only show I can watch with my kids.
Yeah.
So it's not like she has like 8, 12, 14. It's the only show she can watch with them. So yeah, it's been great crack. Yeah, I've been babysitting some of your mates actually.
Exactly.
Tommy,
babysitting Donica anyway, he needs it, and Andrew Trimble.
Andrew doesn't need to be babysat.
Well, he got a family from Monaghan, you see. The Glaslaw McKennas can't beat them. Here, tell us predictions for All Ireland. Go on, who we're a bit early out, but obviously it's Kerry Donegal this weekend. It's going to be a cracker.
Maybe it's the blood in me, but I thought Donegal were going to be hard to beat. So I thought winning the league is probably the worst thing that can happen for them. Kerry would be delighted with that, but I think they'll be hard stopped.
We didn't even get to talk about the engagement. That's what I want to talk about.
Well, it's a girlfriend slash fiance. So
he's trying to get used to say the word fiance because it is 100%.
Don't be talking to Warren about it.
Yeah, don't.
A couple of years later.
I'll be a girlfriend until the end of time. So you're going to be on Uncharted, season 2 of Uncharted on this week. Michael Darragh Macauley, thanks a million for coming in and chatting to us. Lovely
Good
to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Up next, we're going to be talking a little bit of fashion on Ireland Day. I'm back with you shortly.